Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the investor call of PTC India Limited Q1 FY2024 earnings conference call. The management team at PTC India is led by Dr. Rajeev K.R. Mishra, Chairman and Managing Director, PTC. Dr. Mishra is accompanied by Mr. Harish Saran, Executive Director, PTC, and Mr. Pankaj Goyal, CFO, PTC. At this moment, all participants are in a listen-only mode. Later, we will conduct a question and answer session. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Dr. Rajeev Kumar Mishra for opening remarks. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all the investors who are present today and all the analysts who has taken out their time to cover our this analyst call. And I'm really pleased to come back to you to announce our Q1 FY24 results. As you must have noted, the trading volume has increased by 60% and we have crossed 20 billion unit this quarter. And the core margin has also increased by 10% to 64.49 crores, and the PAT has gone up by almost 21%. So with this, what we started last year, that the quality trading has to be done and we have to come back to a level which we have seeded last year. We have not only crossed it by 16% but also given a good profit after tax in this quarter. Couple of surprises this quarter was one, that the cross-border trade, which we expected to be more because we see that we start getting the snow melted hydrology in the month of May and June from Bhutan. This year it has come down by almost 800 billion units, and there we have a shortage as far as the long-term import of power. Because of this reason, the per unit margin is slightly decreased from 3.3 last year to 3.14, and we expect that this will increase in this quarter or the ongoing quarter, and this was a temporary phenomenon because of the month of May and June there was lesser hydrology from power imported from Bhutan. Other sources we had a good control. The shorter term volume was slightly more, and the prices in the market was also lower compared to the previous year. We have increased our market share also, and last year we seeded some of the volumes and so the market share was lesser. This year we have come back to a normal level of our market share. Similar is the case with, I would like to remind you all that the board has already approved a dividend of 7.8 per share, and this will be declared in the AGM, which is supposed to be held on 27th of September this year, and once the AGM approves it, the dividend declaration will be done. We have always believed that the wealth created by the company should be divided and distributed to the shareholders who has the first right to this wealth creation. And our dividend declaration policy is very clear that the 50% of our profit, subject to internal constraints, will be distributed to our shareholders. The second important thing is the progress. What I would like to share with all our investors is the divestment process in PTC Energy Limited. In our press release, we have clearly mentioned that the process is well on track, and by this month end we will have a firm offers from 5 or 6 of the bidders who are expected to participate, and they are all credible bidders who are expected to participate, and then we will be in a position to give you a clear roadmap how we are going to get these things resolved. The most hardening thing which has come is from our new investment, that is HPX, and within a short span of 1 year this company has become profitable, and this quarter we have a healthy trend of a profit which we have seen for the first time. I'm really happy to share with all our investors and analysts that this time, all the holding company, the two subsidiary company and our associates are in green and have given a very good result. The other investment, that is Teesta Urja Limited, the company has done really good, and the profitability in that company for the entire year last year has crossed more than 1200 crores. So that is also a very heartening sign. Let me once again reassure you that the entire top management team is working for the growth of this company, and we feel after the result of the first quarter of this financial year, we are well on track, and the ongoing quarter is also seems to be well on track. So with this, I hand it over to our Chief Finance Officer, Mr. Pankaj Goyalji, to give you the details of whatever numbers we have already published, but some analysis what he would like to share with you. Mr. Pankaj Goyalji.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. Now I'll go through the results for the first quarter of FY2023-24. First, I'll go through the standalone results of the quarter vis-a-vis the previous year quarter ending June. The volume has increased by 16% to 20.6 billion unit from 17.7 billion units. Total operational income has already been explained by CMD, has also increased by 8% to 147 crore from 136 crore. This is mainly on account of increase in higher margin in our long-term trade, specifically as already informed in the cross-border trade. The likewise profit before tax has also increased by 20% to 120 crore from 100 crore. So this is again because of the high margin and the, I will say, effective working capital management, because you can see from our results that treasury income has gone up and interest expenses from bank borrowing has also gone down. So there is a two-way effect. Likewise, in line with the PBT, profit after tax has also increased by 21% to 90 crore from 74 crore. Total other comprehensive income has increased by 20% to 89 crore from 74 crore. Earning per share for the quarter stood at 3.03 rupees compared to 2.5 rupees. Now I'll go to the consolidated results for the quarter. Volume has increased by 16% to 20.7 billion units from 17.8 billion units. Profit before tax has increased by 5% to 191 crore from 182 crore. Profit after tax has increased by 6% to 143 crore from 135 crore. Total other comprehensive income has increased by 5% to 142 crore from 136 crore. Earning per share on a consolidated basis stood at 4.39 rupees in comparison to 3.97 rupees. Thank you.
Should we begin with the question and answer session, sir?
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. To ask a question, please click on the raise hand icon available on the toolbar, or you may click on Q&A icon to raise hand. The operator will announce your name when it is your turn to ask a question. To ask a text question, you may click on the text tab available on the top on clicking the Q&A tab and then type your question. We will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We'll take our first question from the line of Mohit Kumra from Kumra Investment Company. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Most of my questions are directed towards HPX only. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you well. Please go ahead.
So a couple of my questions are directed toward HPX only. First and foremost, on an interview on CNBC, some very higher management person from your HPX company very explicitly said that you're going to list the company very soon. Is that true?
No. What exactly he said?
That I am very certain that and I listened to it many times, that he said that just like IPX is listed on the market, even HPX is planning to list on the market. Is this true?
No, as far as from PTC side, we can say, because right now we are in the analyst call for PTC. Let me tell you that I am not aware that this company is going for any kind of listing. at this point.
Fair enough, but you understand that you are a majority shareholder and this is the only way for us to...
Yeah. So that I clarified what I wanted to clarify.
Okay, sir. My second question is that what will be the real world effect of this market coupling thing which we are hearing of? Because one side is claiming that it's a game changer, the other side is claiming that nothing is going to happen. Do you truly believe that something will come out of this market coupling thing?
Market coupling is very much required. As you can understand, there are many reasons. First, I would like to give you the technical reason why and the commercial reason why market coupling is very much required in this country at this point of time. And then I will tell you more about the commercial impact of this market coupling on our exchange and the other two exchanges. The important thing is market coupling is required to have a very strong power market in India, where the anonymous buy and sale can take place on a platform which is neutral to both buyers and sellers. Now, what the market coupling will do is it will create one national price which is free from any kind of aberration. Today, if you see, every day in the night, right from 6 to 7 in the evening, it reaches to the peak of 10 rupees, and the entire evening the price is 10 rupee, and then there is no market operating. If it hits the market at 10, then there is no market. So now you are not very sure what to do with such kind of market where the prices are firm. So therefore the price shifts from day ahead market to term ahead market, which is a bilateral market. So that's not a fair kind of a situation in a market. There are several other reasons why there has to be one national market, and the market clearing has to be done on a very neutral way. So market coupling is required, and it is not what I am saying. It is what the PMR says. That is Power Market Regulation 21 says that this is required, and this has to be notified on a particular date when the maturity of the market is there. And we feel that the market is mature enough that this market coupling has to be there. The second point, what you asked is, what will be the commercial impact of the other exchanges? We are not saying anything to hurt any other exchange, but at the same time, for the national interest of a developed market to take place, we expect that the market need to be coupled. And if the benefit comes to HPX because of that reason, that is purely something which is consequential. But we are saying that the market need to be coupled for the reason that we expect that the market has to be fair and transparent and totally anonymous. So for these reasons we are advocating it, and I think the government as well as the regulator is keenly trying to implement it.
But what will be the real world effect for HPX if it happens? Let's assume it happens, because I think they have made it very clear that they are very interested, the government. What percentage of the market do you expect will you have once this is executed, the market coupling?
Let me tell you, I'll not predict anything, or I'll not give anything in future perspective. But to give you some perspective, I can always say that the other segments of the market, HPX in a very short span of 1 year, they have almost garnered almost 1/3 of the market.
Okay, so is it fine for us, even as citizens of India, to believe that a market which was monopolistic for a very, very long time will not remain so in the future if market coupling is introduced? Is that a right way of thinking?
You without asking this question to me, you yourself have answered that if it is a monopolistic market, it has to be something which is more transparent for the benefit of the end consumers. And that's what we are trying to convey in so many conferences and views.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you. We have our next question from the line of Narendra Kutia from Robo Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, you are. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So my first question is regarding the PTC energy divestment. So last call, if I am not wrong, you had said that it will be completed by June or July end. So is there any specific reason for the delay? If you could share something.
No, the process is well on time, and we have uploaded everything in our data room, and because of so many, there are several of the projects located in different states, and any serious buyer will try to have a proper due diligence before they submit their bid. And because of these reasons, they are going into deeper dives and trying to get all the informations required for such kind of bid, which they have completed more or less. And that's the reason why I announced that by end of this month, we will be in a position to give you more information on this divestment and what exactly the bids are.
Okay. And secondly, on the PTC financials, so are we, in a position to rethink our stake sale, begin the talks again for that?
At this point of time, I can only share with you that PTC Energy is in advanced stage, and PFS we have, as the board has decided, we have kept it on hold. And last time also I mentioned that all the three divestments cannot be done in one go, so it has to be sequential. And right now I mentioned that PTC Energy is on the cards.
Okay. And regarding we talked about the market coupling, but what about the MBED rule that is, under discussion? So how will it affect us, and also how will it affect HPX? If you could share something.
MBED, I have explained earlier, MBED it was to be implemented almost 1.5 to 2 years back, and that is more a dispatching and not a market per se. It was that all the central generating stations will schedule their power through the exchanges. That was what was proposed in the MBED. Now, as because the final beneficiaries are the states, and states do get the schedule from the central generating stations. First, they have to agree for this, and then if it is agreeable from both the side, the central generating stations as well as the distribution companies, this can be implemented, which I feel that still both the parties have to agree for this. So once they agree, then only it will be implemented, and PTC is not going to get any impact of it. Rather, we will get the benefit that some of the long-term PPAs what we have will get a better schedule once MBED.
Okay, so but for HPX it could be a huge trigger, right?
Yeah, HPX certainly will get a lot of benefit. That entire power, if it is scheduled through exchanges, of course, HPX being an institutional exchange, will get a lot of priority for such kind of treatment.
Okay. Thanks for answering the questions. All the best.
Thank you. We have our next question from Nikhil Abhyankar from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So my first question is, Teesta has a PPA with PTC, and they are also selling on HPX. So where PTC basically doesn't make any margin. So why does Teesta sell on HPX where PTC doesn't make any money basically?
Let me give you the entire background of Teesta having a PPA with PTC. Teesta had 4 PPAs with PTC, long-term PPAs, with the state of Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Haryana and Punjab. So altogether that is 820 megawatt of supply to be given from Teesta Urja Limited to all the 4 beneficiaries. Then there are 12% free power for the state of Sikkim, and there's some merchant capacity of around 240 megawatt. I feel all the numbers what I have mentioned is correct. So this 240 megawatt merchant power, they can sell anywhere, and it can be sold through any exchange. And that's exactly the thing what we are discussing right now. The merchant power, they are selling it through HPX, and moreover, the 2 schedules which Punjab and Haryana has to take from Teesta Urja is still to be operationalized. So that power also might be routed through any of the exchanges, which they are currently doing through HPX.
Okay. And so now, next question about HPX. So initially when we started, we had given some discounts, if I'm not wrong. So are we still giving those discounts?
So that's a strategy of the company. I'll not go into the strategy of HPX, how they are doing business.
Sir, can you just share the profit numbers for Q1 and FY23, if you may?
Yeah, I'll ask CFO to just share with you. Just a minute.
Yeah, the PBT, actually, I will tell my share because we are holding 22% share. So whatever profit I'm telling you, so that is the 22% and you can then cross it out.
Right.
The profit before tax which we have consolidated in our balance sheet is 2.48 crore. So, sorry.
Yeah, it's almost through.
It's for the whole HPX actually. 2.48 crore.
For quarter
This
one.
is for Q1.
Yeah, Q1.
And last year, sir?
Last year it was having a loss of 10 crore PBT.
Loss of 10 crores. Okay. And sir, just a follow-up question on that. Given that coupling does actually happen and we basically all the exchange act as an aggregator and the nodal agency will do all the clearing work. So what will be our mode basically? So what are we doing to like develop a mode for our company, for HPX basically?
Nikhil, I'm not very clear. What exactly is your question?
Sir, if we keep on reducing the prices, transaction prices, keep on giving discounts, so how will we create share value for our shareholders? And also, if we only act as an aggregator, basically under the coupling, all the exchanges will act as aggregator and the nodal agency will do the clearing work, if I'm not wrong. So how will we generate our own mode in that scenario?
No, Nikhil, I understand the margins, whatever has been prescribed by the regulator is already given there. And any company or for that matter exchange, if they are coming out with some promotional scheme that they have to take care. But I don't feel that this is going to impact the profitability or the commercial aspects of that company.
Okay, sure sir, I've got a few questions, but I'll get back in the queue. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a next question from the line of Vipul Kumar Shah from Sumangal Investment. Please go ahead.
Hi sir, thanks for the opportunity. So sir, can you give a broad direction? What are the margins for short term and what are the margins for long term?
Yeah, we have shared it in our investor set. But I can give you the number, or Pankaj, you would like to share?
Yes. Just a minute. Just a minute. Yeah. So for the June quarter, the margin in short term was including exchange and bilateral trade on an average was 0.8 paisa, and for medium term it is 1.73 paisa. For long term trade including cross border it was 7.22 paisa per unit. So that is the major margins in different trades.
Okay sir, and what is the market share of HPX currently? Any number?
Yeah, market share for particular segment, that is term ahead market, they have a market share at around 30 to 35%. For day ahead market, they are yet to launch the product because they are expecting that the parity is required for such product. There are few new products which HPX has launched and they are market leaders in that.
Okay, thank you sir.
Thank you. We have our next question from Vaibhav Gupta from Bowhead Investment Advisors. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Sir, you're sounding very low. You'll have to speak louder.
Hello, am I audible now?
No, sir, it is still very low.
Okay.
Can you increase the volume, please? Management team, are you able to hear Mr. Vaibhav Gupta?
No, we are not. I mean, you can give him the opportunity to again come back if required. You can give the opportunity to somebody else in the meantime.
Sure. Mr. Vaibhav Gupta, I request you to check your connection. Meanwhile, we'll take the next question from Mohit Kumar from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi. Good afternoon, sir. I hope I'm
Good
audible.
afternoon, Mohit. Yeah, you are very much audible. Mohit, please go ahead.
So my first question is on the PTC Energy. What was revenues, EBITDA and profit? And any update on the sale of the asset where we are right now? And is there any issue with the realization as of now, or are we getting the full tariff?
So Mohit, I'll answer your third question first, and then we will come back to 1 and 2. Third, you have asked about the tariff. So we are getting the tariff from all the 3 beneficiary states, that is Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Madhya Pradesh. And ever since this LPS and Prapti scheme, all the DISCOMs are making payment well in time. So this is what I can say regarding the outstanding. And related to other some of the cases like GBI and all, things are being discussed at a different forum. And once that will be settled, they will start making the payment. The first part you have asked is the profitability part. The generation this quarter is 6% up, and so is the profitability. And the divestment part, as I have already just mentioned, that the progress is going on well, and we expect that the process will be complete by this month.
Sorry, sir, his line is disconnected. We'll move on to the text questions now. We have a question from Bharanidhar V from Avendus Spark. The question is, why is the growth of long-term and medium-term volumes in the quarter negative? The purpose to introduce market coupling by regulator in PMR is to have 1. Uniform pricing, 2. Reduce transmission congestion, uniform pricing, and there is almost no transmission congestion. Why is market coupling needed?
I would like to answer the second part first. The reasons what we understand why the market coupling is required has nothing to do with the price congestion. It has some other reasons why in PMR market coupling was felt necessary. And those conditions what was felt necessary prevails in this market in a very strong way. The second part, what has been asked is, I have already explained that the cross-border trade, which is a long-term trade, was affected because of the hydrology in Bhutan, and we had lesser volume from there. And for some of the contracts, the scheduled volume was lesser than what was anticipated in our PPA. So these are the 2 reasons why the long-term PPA is slightly lesser than what was anticipated.
Thank you. The next question is from Mr. Rajan Shah from Value Invest. What is the net debt of PTC Energy? By when can we expect the offers to be opened and disclosed to shareholders?
So net debt as on 30th June is around 1,200 crore for PTC Energy Limited.
And regarding the date, we have already informed.
Thank you.
Next question, please.
Yes, we have a question from Vaibhav Gupta from Bowhead Investment Advisors. What are our plans to sell stake in Teesta Urja, and given high profitability in FY23, what kind of amount can we expect to realize for our stake? And the second question is, receivables outstanding beyond 30 days and 6 months. And third, cash and debt position of PTC India standalone on 30th June.
Yeah, so the first part, what you have asked, the numbers, what you have asked, the outstanding position and the liquidity position. I'll request CFO to please answer that.
Yeah. So net cash balance as on 30th June was around 553 crore. We have a cash as on 30th June. And as regards the debtors, we always analyze debtor minus creditor because we have a lot of back-to-back debtors and a lot back-to-back creditors. So taking into account all this, so we have a net working capital exposure of around 1,957 crore, and per se, if you specifically ask, the more than 30 days exposure is around 992 crore.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on to the next question from Rupesh Sankhe from Elara Capital. Hi, sir. What is our volumes sold on IEX platform in Q1 FY24 versus last year Q1 FY23? Thanks.
Yeah. For exchange, this quarter we have done 10.2 billion. Vis-a-vis the last quarter, it was around 7 billion units on the exchange.
The next question is from Vipul Kumar Shah from Sumangal Investment. What is our stake in PTC Energy?
PTC owns 100% of the PTC Energy Limited. It's a 100% subsidiary.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, please click on the raise hand icon available on the toolbar, or you may click on Q&A icon to raise hand. We'll take our next question from Mohit Kumra from Kumra Investment Company. Please go ahead.
Thank you for giving me time again, sir. I wanted to understand this might be a very basic question, but how are power exchanges not eating into the power trading business, your core business, number one? And is it correct for me to understand that power distribution company, suppose their estimated requirement is 100 units in a month, so they buy 90 units from the trading company and then the final thing they adjust on exchanges. Is that correct or not correct? This is a very basic question. I'm just trying to understand.
No, I'll give you a very simple and a very straightforward answer to this. If you feel that the entire country is generating 1400 billion units in a year, 90% of it comes through a long-term PPA. And this is being done by the generator straight either with the DISCOMs or through an intermediary through a long-term or medium-term PPAs. So almost 88 to 90% of the volume comes from long-term PPAs. The rest of the small 11 to 12% comes from either exchange or through short-term bilateral contracts. So you can understand these exchanges are contributing only 5 to 6% of the total requirement of a distribution company. At this point of time, this is the share of different components.
How do you see this moving forward? Does it change structurally in the longer term?
With the market getting more mature, this 12% may increase to around 20 to 25%.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. We have a question from the line of Rajan Shah from Value Invest. Mr. Shah, your line is unmuted. Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Mishra.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, sir, I had few questions actually. In the first quarter, our volumes went up by about 16%. What is your outlook for the next 3 quarters? That was my first question. The second question is on PTC Energy.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, the second.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, the second question is on PTC Energy. What is the net debt in PTC Energy? I just wanted to understand that because just wanted to get a feel of what is our equity holding. I mean, we hold 100% in PTC Energy. So just wanted to know what is the net debt and what could be the net equity realization for us at PTC Energy. So that was my second question. And thirdly, sir, post PTC Energy divestment, which you are expecting by the end of this month, can we expect process on PFS to start? So these are my questions.
No, the first what you asked is what will be the way forward for the entire year. I think we have already given that what the target we have set for us, and it will be in the range of 15 to 20% for this year for the growth of the volume. The second part you asked about what is the net debt, which CFO has just informed that it is around 1200 crores for PTC Energy Limited, and once we finally get the bid and we are in a position to share with you the details, we will be in a position to tell how much equity or the value this company has created for us. So there we are. And the third part is just after this or maybe after some month time, as I said, that we will take one by one whatever the disinvestment process we have to take up and what the board has mandated it for us.
Okay, sir, I had one more question actually. The CFO mentioned that the profit of Hindustan Power Exchange in the first quarter was about 2.4 crores. Now this 2.4 crore was for 100% of Hindustan Power Exchange, I understand.
Yes.
Not for
yes.
20, right?
Yeah, it is for 100%.
Right. 100%. So our share is about 22, 23%. So
yeah.
Okay, fine. So, sir, maybe in the next 1 or 2 years, do you plan to sell your holding in HPX or bring it down?
No, I have clarified this very well that whatever the PMR will tell us, we will do that. But important thing is we have created this institution, and we being one of the largest promoter of this company, will decide what to do with this. But right now we are in the creation mode.
Okay, sir. Last question, sir. The promoters, NTPC and other prominent power players, they hold about 16%. Damodar Valley holds about 4%. Any plans by the Power Ministry to privatize this company or sell all these players, selling their stake? Because if that happens, it could really unlock a tremendous value of PTC India.
I think you are asking this question related to the decision to be taken by my promoters and the Ministry of Power. So I will very humbly say that this is a question meant for them and not for me.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot. All the best.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, please click on the raise hand icon available on the toolbar, or you may click on Q&A icon to raise hand. We have a text question from Narendra Kutia from RoboCapital. What was the revenue of HPX in FY23? If you could share the number.
Just a minute. CFO will share that.
Just a minute. Yeah. Total revenue of HPX for the quarter was around 9.53 crores.
Thank you. We have a text question from Manoj Alim Chandani from AFRS. What is the fair value estimate for PTC Energy? Who has done the valuation before inviting offers for sale? What is the minimum reserve price? How the sale processes are proposed to be used?
Sir, we understand that this is something very sensitive questions which you are asking, and the process is on, and it has to be a very transparent process. And as I informed our shareholders and investors that there are multiple bids which we are expecting, and any of the information which we have to share at this point, we need to be very cautious. And I can only say that once this process is complete, the entire thing we will share with you, including what the reserve price was and how much the bid is and what is the final bid which we have received. So till that time, I feel that you have to bear with us, and we will be announcing it shortly.
Thank you. We have a text question from Sonal Kohli from Bowhead. 500 crore is net debt or gross debt of the standalone entity. What are your gross receivables and creditors on 30th June? Also, gross receivable about 6 months on 30th June. Any plans to sell Teesta Urja this year or next year?
Gross receivable.
Yeah, just a minute. CFO is trying to dig out the data.
Yeah. Gross receivable as on for the quarter as on 30th June was around 6,449 crore.
Should we move to the next one, sir?
Yeah, because the other two I have already answered in the earlier questions. So you can move to the next.
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder, to ask a question, please click on the raise hand icon available on the toolbar, or you may click on Q&A icon to raise hand. We have a question from Narendra Kutia from Robo Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for sharing the Q number, but it would be helpful if you could share the FY23 number for HPX revenue.
22,
if you have it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to dig it out. If I'm able to find it, I'll tell you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
Yeah, just a minute. You are asking for the March 23 numbers?
Yeah, FY23 if it could be.
Yeah. The total revenue was around 17.44 crores.
Okay, just wanted to know the growth trajectory for it. Thank you so much.
For the quarter, it is 9.53, and for the last year as a whole, it is 17.44 crores.
Okay. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. We have a text question from Shriram R. I understand that PTC India was one of the original promoter of IEX. Why did we exit and now we have re-entered the scene via HPX? Can you please explain the logic of exit and re-entry?
PTC in the past is the creator of the market. That is, we have since 2000, we have started this process and we have created many institutions. And IEX was promoted by PTC at one point of time, not PTC, but PTC Financial Services for that matter. And the decisions taken at that point of time, there is no point to look into what decisions has been taken. But HPX has been this decision to invest in HPX, the third power exchange, was taken in 2016-17, got the license in 19-20. And since then, they operationalized in 22-23, and we are at the stage what we are today. So this is the real story, and if you try to see any other reason other than that, I think we can discuss it separately.
Thank you. We have a text question from Manoj Alimchandani from AFRS. What are the plans for expansion of board and any fresh induction of reputed IDs?
No, as far as the PTC is concerned, we have 12 board members and 6 of them are reputed IDs and they have incredible records. So that is, we are compliant, 100% compliant as SEBI LODR is concerned. Any new induction at any point of time will be informed to both the exchanges and will be informed to the shareholders also.
Thank you. We have a question from Vaibhav Gupta from Bowhead Investment Advisors. Mr. Gupta, please go ahead with your question.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible now. Please go ahead.
Sir, just one request, can we start sharing the subsidiary and associate financials in the presentation?
I'm sorry, Mr. Gupta, we've lost your voice again. Hello?
Hello, am I audible?
We can hear you, yes.
Yeah. Sir, just wanted to make one request with regard to sharing subsidiary financials going forward in the quarterly presentation itself.
Okay, we will try to do that.
As per
SEBI LODR, because these are two listed companies and they have their separate analyst calls. So we maintain that we have two different analyst calls. But in case if you feel that for sharing information, you want this additional information to be given to our investors, we can do that. But again, my request to all our shareholders is, please restrict our call limited to this listed company.
Mr. Gupta, does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We have a text question from Vipul Kumar Shah from Sumangal Investment. What is our stake in Teesta Urja Limited?
CFO will inform. It's around 6.
Yeah.
Please.
To be precise, 5.62%.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, please click on the raise hand icon available on the toolbar, or you may click on Q&A icon to raise hand. We have a question from the line of Rupesh Sankhe from Elara Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, sir. Sir, just wanted to clarify. You said that we sold 10 billion weights on IEX platform in Q1 FY24. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, the exchange volume is this, and most of it goes to IEX.
Okay. So let's say tomorrow HPX come out with a DAM product. Do we intend to divert our volume from IEX to HPX?
We have always informed you that all the customers who have faith on PTC to do their business on the exchanges, we give them full opportunity to choose which exchanges they would like to do business with. So as far as PTC is concerned, we will not ask anybody to either do it through IEX or any other exchange. But customer has the full choice to choose which exchanges they would like to do business.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a text question from Manoj Alin Chandani from AFRS. What are the plans for expansion of board and any fresh induction of reputed IDs?
I think we have already answered it. I think there's a repetition, please.
Thank you.
So if there is no fresh question, I think we can thank all our investors. And
so we have two text questions. Should I read that?
Yeah, please continue with that.
We have a question from Lipika Kundu, an individual investor. Sir, next year 2024-25 is Silver Jubilee year. What are plans to reward investors?
No, I mentioned it during my opening remarks itself that PTC management board both are very keen to reward their investors, and the dividend declaration policy also speaks very clearly about that. But the important thing is, if the value is created in terms of whatever will be shared and will be rewarded to the shareholders, and the board is very much in favor of that.
Thank you. We have a question from Shriram R. What is the current operating margin of HPX? How would that change when market coupling happens?
The trading margin, what is prescribed in the PMR is very clearly 2 paisa buy side, 2 paisa sell side, and that's the margin on which they operate. Of course, they can offer some discounts, and any new exchange in the initial years will offer some discounts, and this is not going to change even if there is a market coupling. There is nothing which we know that after market coupling, the exchanges, or for that matter, bid aggregators will be reduced from this 2 paisa plus 2 paisa margin.
Thank you, sir. As there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to Dr. Rajiv Kumar Mishra for closing comments. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, and I'm really thankful to all the investors, because we know that tomorrow is an Independence Day for the country, and just after the weekend and before the Independence Day, it's a tough day for all of us. But you all participated, and I'm thankful for all our investors that they have shown faith in this company all these years, and particularly during some time when we were not facing the best of our times. So I'm really thankful for all our investors, and I can assure you that the company is on the right track and we are doing good as far as what we have planned. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of PTC India, that concludes today's session. Thank you for your participation. You may now exit the meeting.